Just as I have a right eye sliding down the box here, I can see the big Duke. He's wandered down. He's ready to go, tearing the hot breakfast to shreds. I've got the Chief, and Chief's got a real sort of a Peabody sort of coat setup going and looking very, very sharp, on point. And then the purple right at the end, nicely done as well. Hello, Chief. I don't think I've seen you this rugged up.
Well, we know it's going to be a cool evening, Jim, so I took precautions.
Yes.
And I don't perhaps get as fashion conscious as you do, but it's interesting. The old puffer vest over top of a hoodie and a beanie would be really cool if you were 15 and rode a skateboard, Jim.
Chief, you've got you've sort of a natural layer of warmth insulation, so you don't normally have to get this rugged up.
But Jim, you look like a skateboarder, a teenager.
Chief, I don't care.
Dress
because
appropriately,
this is audio medium. I don't give a stuff what I look like. I just need to be warm tonight.
Well, that's
because it
exactly
is bloody
right.
freezing. I've been here for a week.
I even put the Under Armour on underneath.
Did
I
you?
thought, I'm not copping another cold one down
He's rugged up,
here.
isn't he, Chief?
He's as rugged up as I've seen him, I must admit.
Got the beanie in the pocket if I need
Oh,
it.
no, you're looking very sharp. Hello, Purple.
Hello, Jim, and I'm keen to ask Chief a question that was put to me on the highway on the way down, and it needs to be addressed.
At what point do you plan to...
You're the captain, but it's reasonably serious in a Triple M context, so we might maybe wait another 5 or so minutes.
Look forward to hearing that one, Damo.
Do it now.
Do it now, Chief.
Controversial.
Well, don't bury the lead.
All right, well, let's
Purple.
get for it.
Let's just go with
Chief,
it off the top.
I have it on good authority that you have been, on multiple occasions, asked to coach the Allies in the E.J. Witten game.
And you do that,
And
Chief.
that on multiple occasions you have said no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's not quite correct, Walker.
Oh, come on,
Not quite
Chief.
correct.
Clear it up for me then.
I was asked once and I said no.
No, it's multiple times.
I was asked once
And I've
I
also
said
been
no.
told, Jim, that this has reached the highest levels of the AFL hierarchy and that Gillan McLachlan is now involved
Got
in
himself
trying
involved.
to get Chief involved. But
Haven't spoken to Gil.
Chief is about the only person in football who can just say no to everyone, including the AFL CEO.
A reasonable cause, Chief.
Yeah,
I would have thought it's
prostate
EJ
cancer.
It is. There are a lot of wonderful courses around the globe, and most people don't normally need to pump themselves up as supporting them. I mean, the best charity work is that is done without recognition
Well,
or
you
fanfare.
could have done that without fanfare.
No,
You said,
because
yes,
it's a
I'll do it.
showpiece. It's a big showpiece, Jim. And let's be brutally honest. It was a rort for how many years?
So,
Well, am I wrong?
was that
Am
why?
I wrong?
Was that why you said no?
I was originally asked, I reckon, first year out of footy. I said I'd never play again. They asked me for the first 3 or 4 years. I stuck true to my word, haven't played, haven't been involved, was never going to get involved while it was going the way it was. But, you know, they're trying to give it a...
This has been rebooted.
trying to give it a facelift
Chief.
now.
And,
I understand
they're
that.
going to raise a serious amount of money, Chief.
they do.
And put your name to something like
Jim,
that. Your massive
Duke,
name
Duke,
and your
there
massive
are
presence
a lot
in
of
the game.
people, a lot of people
who
and a
give
lot
up
of
their
causes
time.
that raise serious amounts of money. Let's not get blinkered about one particular affair.
And this is one that's very, very partial to the game of AFL football with what EJ's legacy is, and so many people prepared to go down and be selfless and give of their time, Chief.
But that's the same, Jig. I could name any cause around the world and say it's a brilliant cause. Why don't you go and do something or lend your name to it? What's the argument?
The argument is that people do that, Chief. So why wouldn't?
Yeah, exactly.
Why wouldn't you choose?
So I do other things and not this.
What do you do, Chief?
Why do I have to do? As I just said, you don't look for fanfare or self-promotion when you talk about these things.
Well, I think it's an absolutely brilliant cause, Chief, the prostate cancer, and I think they do an amazing job, the E.J. Witten Foundation. And, Chief, this is something...
Was it 6 cents in the dollar that was going there?
No,
Is that
Chief,
right or wrong?
No,
I'm going on what I've read about this thing and heard about this thing. You tell me what's right and what's wrong.
I have no idea what's right and what's wrong. All I know is this, that I think it's a very serious cause, and they are, as Duke said, rebooted the whole setup around it. And I think it'd be very nice if you got
Hope it's a
involved.
good affair. Let's hope it's a good
it will
affair.
be a wonderful affair.
I think you might reconsider, Chief.
At halftime tonight, you're going to hear some names that are some of the biggest names to ever play this game for the All-Stars and for Victoria. And, Chief, there will be a huge amount of money raised on the back of this,
That's
I
it, and
promise
you might be involved, Chief.
And I'm not ruling you out just yet.
No, I'm not either.
Because I think you'll find it in your heart.
Got a pair of 6 guns for you.
I think, Chief, I think this is what you're doing. You're just doing the old, I won't be involved, and then as it gets closer, suddenly the name gets more and more involved in the story, and then, bang, on the week, comes the
You
Chief.
know me better than that, Jim.
I think you've summed him up.
Jim, and the key to this is that there is a lure
Oh, yes.
of Tony Lockett playing.
Yes.
And this is where this gets to. And I've heard that he will not play unless Chief is involved.
And that
You
only
got
fair enough.
you got that the wrong way around because BT tried to tag me the other day. I said, I'll tell you what, you get Plugger to play and I'll probably play as a throwaway line. He said, we'll get Plugger to play then. Do you know what the chances of getting Plugger to play are?
They're reliant upon you saying yes. He has apparently said, or given an undertaking to someone involved in this, that if you coach the team, he will play.
We've got an understanding, Plugger and I.
What's that?
Not to get involved in any of this sort of stuff that makes us look even more stupid than we already are.
Chief,
I think you should reconsider.
I think you should reconsider.
But what's the point of me coaching? What do you say to a group like this? I've never coached. That's not my go. Get someone that's a
You've
coach to
CEO'd.
coach.
You've CEO'd.
but
do,
also...
do they need administration for it? Do they?
No,
Walker?
but you ran everything at that stage.
But also, Chief, you've got a nice entertainment bent, and that's a big part of this particular setup, where there needs to be someone who understands the minutiae around making people giggle and...
The nuances.
Listen to
Chief.
the way you blokes ran in the last few years.
I think
You've got plenty of upside.
your bubbly personality, Chief, would come to the fore.
I
And your
think
love
it
of
would, Chief.
people and your embracing of...
I hear what you're all saying, and again I say, pair of six guns.
I think you could be the most entertaining and the biggest draw card in the coaching
You're
ranks
now being a super
since
flog.
Sam Newman.
You're now being a
and
massive
your great
flog,
mate, the
Jim.
Enforcer, who did it for a couple of years and did a fantastic job, wore the gabardine coat and everything.
Is it because it's a network clash? Is that what it is? Because I've been
None
told
of
you've
that.
got permission from your network
No,
to go and work on the other one.
A lot of the Fox personalities will be on this.
Nothing to do with
coverage.
networks. I would never be petty like that.
I'm going to ask you direct. Do you feel a
can't be
bit
bothered.
selfish, Chief, when we
No,
talk about
not
this?
at all.
Is that, you don't have any remorse? Or
Not
you
a
happy
bit.
to?
Not a bit.
You happy? You're saying you are selfish and you don't care, or you?
I think I'm, as a general rule, probably a selfish person. I tend to do things that I would like to do, but you have to cut your cloth accordingly. I've got myself in that position where I don't do things that affect other people adversely, Duke. So I just do things that I want to do myself.
But, Chief, you've got a good line of sight
Coaching ain't one of them.
on your own greatness, so you understand where that sits.
He knows very
so
well
you
his
can't, Chief.
You do, Chief.
You can't
Jim.
then be selfish with that. You've got to actually
Jim.
allow people
Jim.
access to that.
You cannot build on top of Everest. There's nowhere else to go, Jim.
Can you believe he just put a full stop on the conversation right there? Can you believe what we just heard, Duke?
Oh, I can. Coming from that man, I know exactly.
Look at him there too.
Yeah. Okay.
Middle
It's
finger.
the fifth time he's flipped the bird
He's
at
just
all of
flipping
us.
doubles at us. He's handing doubles out like they're confetti.
Chief, I've been around long enough to know that people can change their mind if they keep getting asked by the right people. And I've been told that you may buckle on this.
Okay. Well, we'll wait and see.
Is there an earn in it for you, Chief?
I don't look for
Oh,
earns.
maybe
What if
You never look for earns.
Now
like
we've struck
that.
on an interesting...
No, that's a dangerous place to go. So I think that's been one of the issues for a lot of people.
We'll have a
along the way.
listen
So
to
I'm
the
not.
Chief.
I would never even think about that.
I'm with you,
Jim.
Purple. I think that there might be more to play out in this space
I think
between now
it'd
and...
be nice if the Triple M family and the pack got involved and maybe shared their thoughts on
Yeah.
whether they'd like to see Chief.
Well,
They'd
they'd like to see-
Dublays too.
They'd like to see Lockett, wouldn't they, Dar? So
Absolutely.
the only way of seeing
Get
Lockett
Plugger.
is to see the Chief.
Get
That's what he
Plugger.
has made very clear to the powers that be, that he will be involved if his great rival throughout his career will also be involved.
That's it. Your careers are intrinsically linked, Chief.
Absolutely.
This might be the last little play.
Just give
Absolutely.
something back to Lockett.
So I'll be a joint coach with Plugger if you get him organised. There you go.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
So
hang on.
you'll play and coach.
Okay,
'cause you
whoever
committed
told me
last
that.
week to playing.
That's a concession.
Spud
from
can
the
make
Chief.
that happen.
Can you do that, though? Because you're an ally,
As
though.
if Spud
Spud can make that happen. If you're listening tonight, Spud, he'd just pick up the phone to Plugger, get him down from barrel, and they make that happen.
Mind you,
Jim?
he did
didn't.
let us down horribly.
Well,
with
he can't even get him on the
earlier.
phone,
So,
does
he?
so,
Fair
and it
point.
was, and he was in a car for 9 hours and couldn't latch onto him for 10 minutes
At
within
least
that.
he'll talk up for a week that he may make it happen. That'll give us another week out. Oh, it's a chance. I think it's not
There
out
you
of the
go.
question.
Yeah, I'm looking at your body language, Chief, and I'm seeing a door opening. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing just a little scintilla of opportunity for you there, Chief, and we will love it.
I don't think you're letting on.
Not a
what you-
scare egg, Jim.
Would you like to be less selfish if you had your time again?
Not even a vestige of hope where you're going, Jim. I think you just need to give it a spell.
now he's dirtied up.
I think there's a little bit of you've filthied up a touch.
Hardly.
Chief. Daniel G in Syracuse is going to join us. David Wojcinski's going to join us. Nice one, Purple.
Extraordinary treat.
I can't believe that's what we led with tonight.
Just come out of
Big
nowhere,
story.
and I like the story. And
Six
I like
guns
your
all round. Look at him.
You can't build on top
He
of
couldn't
Everest.
build on top of Everest.
Oh,
It's
mate, I've heard it
frightening.
all.